Will the noise ever stop?
It never will.
Will it
never
ever
will.
stop?
It never
I
will.
mean, here it is. All the noise. He brings it back, okay? And then the fight ends. You win the fight. And then there's more noise. I mean, now there's pictures up about his leg showing that it was, saying that there was a fracture before the fight. And I've even heard that there was one doctor that even said, yeah, it's a fracture there, but it's not a fracture in the area that would have, that would have compromised that particular bone or would have affected him in that particular way. I don't know what it all means. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I can only relay the news that is being said, that's out there. But he did put the pictures up. There is more noise. What do you make of it all?
I right off the bat, mentally, I just feel like it's weak. It's weak. It's excuses. But I'm trying not to read too far into it or go down these, days of reading what videos are out and what people are saying, because I'm back home with my family. It's a win on my record. I know I did what I needed to do in the fight, pre-fight, my training camp. I crossed and checked all the boxes I needed to check, gave it my all, and went out there. And then, like we're saying, it's noise. Whatever people are going to say or he's going to say, it is what it is. I'm healthy. I'm safe. I'm back home. Have another win on my record, and I'm still the number one contender. So those are facts.
Let me say one other thing before Ken jumps in there. Having said all that, when the noise came, because the last fight, it was nice and quiet. Whatever happened to quietness? I don't know. But
there were a lot of excuses in the last one too.
Yeah, go ahead.
He was getting ready to box. He wasn't focused on mixed martial arts. He was getting ready to fight Manny Pacquiao, and that's a lot of reasons, a lot of excuses.
But before that fight, the atmosphere was a lot more peaceful. It was a lot more quiet. And then this fight comes and, he brings the noise. I mean, you see the difference right away, from all kinds of directions. Let me ask you something. Did you, as a fighter, as understanding the mental side of it, did you think that, hey, he's desperate, he needs the noise, he needs this?
That's exactly what I felt. I felt like when we looked at each other in the eyes at the press conference and I just seen his mannerisms, I thought I saw a man who was nervous, who was trying to convince himself that he's the guy that he's built himself up and the fans have built him up to be. That's what I saw.
Dustin, with all the stuff and the stuff that you just talked about that he was saying, how much of what he says is to keep that image alive? Really? How much of what he says, forget about all the craziness and terrible and lack of respect. I mean, it's hard to forget that. We can't forget it. But put that aside for a second. How much of what he says is purely not about the athletic part, not about the fighter part, about the image of Conor McGregor that he's built up into this brand? Let's be honest. This multi-million-dollar brand. How much is it to keep that alive with the fans?
I think most of it, 90% of it, 95% of it is. He's an incredible entertainer that gets people interested in these pay-per-views or gets people interested in whatever product he's coming out with next. And one of the best promoters that's ever done it. I mean, I've never seen a promoter promoting something, lining up the next fight, sitting there holding a broken leg. It's
incredible.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
It is.
I mean, it's promotion on steroids. I mean, it's promotion from the planet Xeon, wherever that is. I don't know where it is, but we've never seen it before. I mean, and
normally for a second you see the normal person. When that bell rings or on an injury like that, there's a glimpse of that normal person. There was none there.
That's so true.
It was the character. And maybe that's him. I don't know him personally. Maybe that is 100% him.
Or maybe
That's
that's become him. Maybe that's become him. That I don't want to call it a cartoon figure, but like that figurine, like a superhero figurine that some people look at him as. Maybe it's become him that he can't separate the two. That he needs that to stay alive, to be relative. That talking on that mat with that broken leg, incredible. The things that were spitting out of his mouth, it's like it's to keep that guy alive. It's to keep that bad guy, that whatever you want to call him, to keep that alive because that guy sells.
Call it whatever you want. It worked. Every media outlet's putting out, we got to see these guys fight a fourth time. His before. It works. It worked.
That's what I was thinking. Let me take it to this next question, which all the fans are waiting to hear. We wouldn't be responsible if we didn't get to this one. When it's all speculation. We get it. Now speculation. Did he have an injury going in? Hey, listen. First of all, before I even go there again, I know in my business. And I know football too. My son is the head of scouting, the head of scouting for the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm always tempted to say Oakland Raiders. I forget, but for the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, he's the assistant director of scouting for them. So I know about football. I know about that. It's very rare, almost impossible, Dustin. Do you agree to get through a camp not hurt, not dinged up? I mean, with what we do.
I mean, if you're training for a fight, you're gonna go into fight week with something going on, whether it's an elbow, a wrist, a hand, an ankle, something's gonna be busted up.
Something's dinged up. So that first of all, for the people out there, so that's a natural thing. That's part of the landscape. That's part of the environment. It's part of being a fighter. And so he goes in with whatever wasn't. Like he's saying, he's purporting now, maybe it was a hairline fracture, whatever. But he made the choice. He goes in there. And do you find it curious? Because this is the place where a lot of people wouldn't go. But I know the fans got to be thinking about. Do you find it a little curious that if his leg was hurt, as he said he knew it was hurt, that he went so leg heavy?
It's not smart. It's not smart game plan if it is hurt, especially where he was kicking. He was kicking not my thigh or my calf muscle. He was kicking at my knee. Every kick was bone on bone.
Why would you go if you know you're going in? Exactly. That's what I want to hear from you.
I wouldn't.
I mean, you're going in there knowing you're compromised, right? What? But your hands aren't compromised. Your arms aren't compromised. But your leg is, and that one particular leg is. Why do you go heavy on that leg kicking?
You don't.
Why did he?
I'm not sure.
I know.
Even with technique, usually you want to set up these kicks. He was throwing them by themselves.
Yeah.
Usually you want to punch before you kick, just to set it up, just to get me thinking about something else. He was throwing kicks by themselves, single kicks by themselves directly on my knee. I'm not sure why he did. Maybe it was in his head that he needed to come out and show me that he can do it too, because I tore his leg up in the second fight. I have no clue. I have no clue what him and his coaches were thinking. In back of my head before the fight started, I thought he might come out in an orthodox stance, because then my calf kick wouldn't be there as a southpaw, and that's what I was thinking going into the fight. I said he might try to fight this orthodox for the first round.
Oh my goodness. Dude, listen, I'm going to joke with this when I say great minds think alike, because I'm not a great mind, but that's what I was thinking. I almost tweeted it before the fight. You know why? You know what brought me to that? Partly what you're talking about, but when you guys were doing the square off, for the cameras and for everything in the second weigh-in, when you were doing that, he went orthodox. Did you catch that too? Did that get into your head?
Yep, I saw it too. It made me start thinking. I should have went back to the other weigh-in picture to see if maybe that's just how he does at weigh-ins. Maybe he stands at. I don't know. I didn't do that, but I should have. Looking back at it.
No. Sometimes we could overthink things because you did what you had to do. Yeah. So that could be a day, but that's. I can't believe you just said that, because I started. I'm a caveman. I'm a Neanderthal when it comes to knowing how to do anything on Google. Google. I think it's like Google Eyes. I don't even realize there's a company, Google, that you can find stuff. I mean, somebody had to tell me that like in the last year or so. But so I was thinking the same thing. Can somebody please go and find some pictures of him in prior stare downs to see if this is normal? Because I want to know if what I'm thinking is legitimate, if it has legs to it. I was thinking the same thing.
And if he would have came out orthodox, if he truly believed that the calf kick in the second fight caused the damage and ended up, leading to the hands landing, whatever he was saying for the second fight, if he would have came out orthodox in this fight, it would have completely took that calf kick away. I would have had an inside leg kick, but that's a lot more dangerous because it's easier to check.
So why didn't he do that? I know you know what I'm doing. I'm asking a rhetorical question. I get it, but why did he do it? Because we come from a different place. We think like in the mental zones of fighters that they do things for a reason. And
if he would have also just like the backhand is the power hand. If he'd came out orthodox, that back kick would have been the healthy leg if the other leg would have been hurt. So he could have threw power kicks, high kicks, body kicks from the other leg without compromising his hurt leg if it was hurt. There's a lot of things, but we can go in circles all day.
No, of course. Stuff, but it's such a mental business that, listen, you start to wonder. You start to wonder a little bit. And I should I spit it out? I don't know. I mean, is it possible that subconsciously you know where I'm going? Is it possible that subconsciously, I'm not accusing him of anything. He's a tremendous fighter, tremendous champion, everything. But is it possible that you go into that domain where subconsciously you go and you kick with a leg that you know is compromised? With maybe the thought that if other things don't go right, this might be something that is a way out. Oh, I damn it. I didn't want to say that. Because I'm not accused. We know he's a warrior. We know he's I get it. You guys all are. And I do this to you. I do. I mean it I do this, but I understand the mind. Mind. I can't help it. I've been in this business 50 years almost. I don't know if I'll make it. But after saying that, I might not make it to 50. But I can't. But you know exactly what I'm saying, Dustin. Sometimes that mental pressure, that place with all these monsters, it can take us to places. Subconsciously, like you're kicking, you need to kick. Okay, yeah, but you're kicking with a compromise. And hey, if it happens to, if it works, it works. But if it don't, maybe that works. Maybe that gets me out of this, and maybe I get another shot when I'm better.
Yeah.
Help me, Dustin. Help me.
I don't know what happened. I can't say if he did or did not have.
I know.
In your phone you can save camera like a file with pictures. He might have had a file with a bunch of ankle wrapped up pictures that said Plan B. As
this thing is going viral, baby. Oh boy, we done it. We done did it. We done did it.